Vigilante coming to you from Arcadia Arc, where I talk about my opinion on things. So if you want to stick around and hear that, I got some juicy thoughts going on, some schemas running loose in my brain. Let me give you the rundown if you're interested. So I've been watching stuff on Diablo Immortal, and to be honest, initially I didn't really care that much about it. I never expected much from Blizzard, or Activision Blizzard, I guess. They're both on that together, I suppose. I mean, Diablo 3 is good enough, but I didn't think they were gonna work on it more. Evident by the fact that they didn't really support it for the last, 5 years. I don't know. It's been multiple years where they just kind of have put Diablo to the side after the first expansion. So I think that's kind of when it stopped. And honestly, it's because of they had to get rid of the auction house, and that's where they were planning on making money. So I think they kind of lost interest in the game afterwards. But they kind of low-key supported it, still doing seasons and stuff, but they're nothing special, let's be honest. If you look at games like Path of Exile, every season actually has new mechanics and isn't so bad. Especially for a free-to-play game when they're constantly coming out with new stuff, that's great. But they weren't really doing that with Diablo. It was more just here's some challenges, we'll give you sweet loot after, which is good enough in my opinion. I can take it. That's fine. But I just with that evidence, I was pretty sure nothing was coming from Blizzard that I was gonna like. As far as Diablo, I like some of Blizzard's games, just like every AAA company. Some of their games really speak to me as far as a video game player, a gamer. People were so excited on the subreddit, Diablo subreddit. People were speculating wildly about how Diablo 4 was going to be announced at BlizzCon. I was there, I was reading it, and even then, I knew from the start that there's not going to be anything coming from Blizzard. If anything, they're going to be talking about the Switch version, and I don't know, something else, but I doubt we're getting anything. And everyone there were so excited. They thought there were multiple theories of what it could be, but Diablo 4 was the talk of the subreddit. I feel like it was kind of unwarranted. They had I don't know why they thought it was gonna be something so great. I know there was a teaser for something Diablo, but even then, I think they should have known better. A lot of the outrage came from their expectations being really high, and outrage is warranted, except the extreme versions, examples where people are, making death threats and stuff. But we all know that's going to happen. It's the internet, and if there's going to be journalists that want to, handpick those people and say that's the whole community, that's fine. But anyway, all I'm saying is that we should have saw this coming from Blizzard. Let's be honest. Let's be fair. It's not even going to be that big of a deal to them as far as their Diablo audience. I mean, looking bad overall is something they're probably going to try to save face, but the audience they're trying to capitalize on right now isn't even Western. It's in Asia. So you guys don't have to like it, because that's not where they're going to get most of their money. And even then, there's going to be people over here playing this game anyway. They're gonna make a lot of money on this. That's fine. They can go do that. I don't care. There's plenty of games that have picked up the pace for Blizzard as far as Diablo-like games, and they've done it better than Blizzard would ever do. Blizzard makes fun, good-looking games, but it's already shown us that it's not gonna make the true Diablo experience that we want. So I don't know what people have crazy expectations. It's crazy. Anyway, in other news, that's where I leave that. I wish the situation was better. The outrage is somewhat warranted, but I don't know what they expected. People had a little bit too much trust in Blizzard, especially as far as the Diablo franchise goes. They probably weren't going to do anything with Diablo, and if they were, it was going to be this. So, anyway, moving onwards to Nintendo. Nintendo Online. It's still shit. I'll put it that way. But it's bad. It's not good. I mean, I haven't bought it. For these reasons I'm about to lay out in front of you. it's essentially, they went into a lot of these Switch games that we already bought and decided to make us pay for the multiplayer options. They're not giving us a dedicated server to run any multiplayer on. It's still, it could be LAN. It would just be running on the local machine as it does. And I understand that, you know, peer-to-peer can be a better option for some games, but those are usually games where there's two players fighting each other. Peer-to-peer works better because it can get a faster reaction time, but it's a very controlled environment. When it comes to games where they have to run on a map, where there needs to be stats saved, there needs to be a dedicated server dedicated to that multiplayer. But Nintendo doesn't do that. So what are you paying for when you buy Nintendo Online? Just services you already paid for. The right to play multiplayer on your Switch, basically. I mean, other than local multiplayer, which on the Switch is more popular. But I mean, yeah, you also get some old games no one wants to play. I don't want to play them. I'm sorry, they were good games, but isn't this a service that's supposed to be for all ages? I don't think children are gonna care for Metroid, which was the newest one they put out. They put Metroid out with some other games that weren't nearly as cool as Metroid. But the thing is, like, a 10-year-old, even a 15-year-old, I doubt is gonna spend the time trying to play Metroid, the first Metroid game, when, you know, there's on the Xbox Live service and like the PS whatever online is like giving you AAA games, you know, like for every month. And I get that costs more, but like I just don't feel like Nintendo's really giving us anything of value yet. Like anything, like nothing. So it's like, yeah, it costs less, but what is it giving us? Like $20 for the right to have some features turned back on because they switched them off. Features that don't need to be like moderated by them, don't need to be, there's no server for them to like maintenance. It's just something on the game that we could use before and now we can't. And they want us to pay monthly to use that. It's just really wacky. It's just it's like complete. What else does it give you? I don't know what else it gives you, to be honest. There might be more, but honestly, the highlights are already bad enough, so I don't even care to know the rest. Anyway, well, that's the news. My opinion on some news. Get better, Nintendo. Do better. Thank you. But I don't know why they do so bad as far as online. I don't get it. Like, I'm pretty sure the Wii had better online than the Switch. And more customization as far as like the menu screen and stuff, I think. I mean, I'm not sure why they aren't figuring that end out. Like, I don't get it. I mean, they are a company that innovates. That's what they do. That's their thing. So they're not just trying to do what the other person did, except sometimes they do to make money, I guess. But generally, they're trying to like take risks and trying to find something new. And so that kind of controls the way they run their business. So I can only assume that they want to, for some reason, figure this out on their own in some new, innovative way that's different than Xbox and PS Online. But the thing is that it's just a quality of life feature at this point. You don't need to innovate it. You don't need to make it better. It's already good. Work on other things, Nintendo. Anyway, peace out, guys.